Okay, welcome to the website tutorial. Today I want to just show you how to get to the website and how to navigate through the website and where things are at. So first off, you got to go to district140.org to find our class website. Go to schools, there's middle school, click on the middle school. Now we go to classes. Under classes we find 6th grade. Under 6th grade you find my name, there it is, Dane Ware. There's a science and a baseball link. The baseball link is the middle school baseball page, and the science is our classroom website. Now, there are some times where this page will not load properly, and there will be other fixes and tutorials on how to manage that and take care of that. But most of the time it will pop up just fine, and you're going to be able to go to the main home page. Now, this is your home page right here. As you can see, you have your Skyward Access and Edmodo right there on the front page. There's other tutorials talking about those two as well, and you're going to be able to access those under the class news heading right there. Now, as we look at the website, the first few things that I want to point out are the assignments page. Under the assignments page, you're going to see a weekly list. On the weekly list, we have Monday through Friday, the days that we're in session, and under here we're going to have just a quick understanding of what we're talking about that day, whether it's a work day, whether it's a lecture day. Any of those things are possibilities on here, as well as assignments that are going to be due. On the right side, these are going to be the assignments that are due for that week. Now, here is the ecology reading, and I'm going to briefly show you how to upload these and go into the reading assignments a little bit later. Now we look at what else is in this. We have the class news. In the class news, this is where the tutorials are going to be listed. As you can see, I don't have all the tutorials posted just yet. They will be here soon, and then you're going to be able to access them as they come through. This is the welcome back. We click play. This will play. This is a YouTube video that I have posted onto YouTube, but it will play directly from this website without you having to go out into YouTube and have all the extra garbage and junk in YouTube. So therefore, this will be able to play in a full screen version if you want to see it at a larger screen. And the audio quality is okay, but it's not the greatest just because it's done through the computer. If we keep moving on, we get into the tools section. Now, the tools section where a lot of you are going to go to find help or find research-based information. Obviously, first thing up is the websites. Obviously, use the web theme. This is your web search base. Again, all these are sites that you can go to enhance your searching power. When you're looking at World Book Online, there's the site for it. A safe Google search. There are sometimes when you do a Google search, they have a safe editing version of it, and there are actual sites that delete many of the things that are, I guess, not appropriate for certain searches on different animals or things like that. That way it stays more educational. We also have our dictionary.com and our TikTok, which is another feature and another activity that we do where you create your own book. I also put on here a practice typing website. This is where you can go to practice your typing skills and get better, more familiar with the keyboarding. Of course, down with astronomy, you see your hubblesite.org, your top astronomy sites, and this list will get larger as the year goes on. Now, lecture videos. Here's where you're going to find the lecture videos. Now, I just went ahead and posted a lecture video from last year, and you'll notice right here, there's the lecture video. If there's more than one, there'll be a scroll bar where you're going to be able to scroll through it. And if you can barely read this down here at the bottom, it says lecture of the physics intro. So if I click on here, you can kind of see what's going on as we go through this.
Okay, welcome to the lecture on forces and motion. This is just an introduction here. First thing we're
And you kind of get the point here, and I can enlarge that, I can minimize that as we go through it, and that is basically how we're going to put our lectures online. What I do is I take after the day of giving a lecture, I'll take the notes that I have taken from that lecture, and I'll basically go through the PowerPoint or in this case, the Promethean board as I went through it in class with the students, and then post it as well. This is a great way for people who are absent, sick that day, missed it because of one reason or another, for them to go on there and just kind of touch base with what we talked about that day. Now, this page here is going to be some top student work. Something new that I've decided that I'm going to try to do and is post some of the PowerPoints, some of the documents, things like that. As long as the student's okay with me doing this, I'm going to be posting it so you can see some of the top student work throughout the year. Of course, I'll get permission from the student themselves if they want this posted so people can see and read their work and kind of be proud of what they've done in class. Now, we move into the calendar stage. Now, on the calendar, I will have this updated. Usually, every month, I will have this calendar up to date. And it'll cover the entire unit, showing you what we're doing, where we're going, all those things. Now, as you can see in August, I don't have anything in the calendar yet. And the main reason for that is because early in the year, as we're trying to get logins, get all that stuff taken care of early, to make sure we're familiar with the computer and how to access and go through these things, this is where I need to just kind of figure out, do we need more time on the computer? Do we need less time? And we'll usually start getting into ecology, getting into our first unit of the year, hopefully by, I would say, the end of next week at some point, if not the beginning of the following week after that. So you should take about 5 days or so to get familiar with what we're doing in the classroom and our setup and how things are going to be run. Now, as we move into the quarter list, now in here I will be posting the assignments for the entire 9 weeks. Now you'll also have Skyward to fall back on this because Skyward will keep this as well. But this is just a good way for you to go in, and as we assign them, I will put them in this box on the left side under assignments. That way you know, okay, when is that personal PowerPoint due? Oh, it's August the 26th. And then other assignments will be posted in there as well. Here is where you're going to have to pay attention, because if it's a Skyward assignment that's turned in Skyward, I will put Sky next to it. And if it is a Edmodo assignment that will need to be turned in through Edmodo, and again, we'll talk about Edmodo later, if it's an Edmodo assignment, usually it'll have an ED at the end of it. And that way you know and you can differentiate between the two. Now this personal PowerPoint will be an ED. Then we see the reading assignments for the 9 weeks. I will always put the reading assignments that we have. Sometimes we use the web for our reading assignments. We have local sites and different scientific sites that I use as a reading source. We also will be using this year the World Book Online for our reading material as well. And then over here we'll have some key websites that we'll go to. And again, some of them will be found under the Tools section, as I'm pointing to here. But for the most part, these are the websites that we're going to be using for this unit, for this 9 weeks, and those will just be in another list as well. And all these things you're going to be able to click on. As you can see, my mouse is on this, and it doesn't really show any chance of a hand or anything to click. As I go over the ecology reading, it does. Now in the archive units, that's for me. Over the last year, I have archived a whole bunch of things. You can't see it because it's imaginary. There's nothing in there right now. But when I go into my template, I see all kinds of stuff, videos, things that I did last year. That way, this is basically where I found keep all my stuff, and it's able to keep it here, and I don't have to keep it on a server, and I have access to it at all times. Now, animal observation. I do find some neat animal observations that we look at from time to time, and I put them on here. Right now, I don't have any on there. Last year we had the eagles on there. I know Mrs. Worley was all excited about it, so we put the animals, the eagles on here. My son is really big into watching the meerkats out of the Peoria Zoo, so he really likes to watch that as well. Now let me go ahead and take a step back and go into the assignments page so I can show you real quick how we're going to look at our reading assignments. Now notice again, I'm scrolling over things and nothing is pointing out. Anytime I get a hand, that means that is a link. So when I click on this, it's going to take me right to the reading assignment. This is a World Book Online. This is something that I link up, that we went through World Book Online, and now we have this to where we can use this as our textbook as well. So now as it loads, usually takes a little bit to load, and as I say that, there we go. So now it always starts out with vocabulary that we're going to be using, and you just follow the arrow keys as we navigate through this, and it goes through as you read through. The fun thing and the interesting thing about this is at home, if you're sitting at home and you're struggling reading and you really need to catch back up in a quicker pace, you can hit the volume button and you can actually have this read it to you as you go through. In class, many times if we have a day where you can work on it, we can put the headphones on and you can listen to this as you read with it through because sometimes the words in here in nonfiction reading can get a little difficult. But I'm just going to go ahead and quickly go through. This is the text that we would be reading. Obviously they have some interaction with some of the things that they have in here. And as we keep going, it'll go to the very end where, as I get there, there's the summary. And we go to the very end, and now it takes us to this page here, where now it gives us our vocabulary as review. It goes through all the title headings that we just went through. We can take a practice test as we click on that. We can do some critical thinking with it. There's an experiment that's a hands-on or just a simple experiment that you can run at home. There's extension activities, things that sometimes we will do. Not everybody has to do the activities, but sometimes we do extra credit activities on top of that. Again, we have interactive quiz, we have vocabulary quiz, and this is one that is really, really important. This is the student study guide. I will have all of these posted on the website at some point, somewhere. Haven't quite figured out where exactly that's going to be at, but you can go ahead and access this and download it yourself. And then you have the study guide for this entire session, this entire little lesson here, and that is something that you can use to study for the test and be ready for it. Now I'm going to go ahead and, again, I can just go ahead and cancel out of this. The only thing that I can say about this is when you click on the ecology reading, it will not pop up like it did on mine. I'm already logged into the World Book Online. Yours is going to look more like this, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the Tools section because it'll do it when I click on World Book Online. When I click on World Book Online, when you click on that hyperlink, this is what it's going to pop up first. And of course, I'm going to give the students their login, the login and the password to this, and that will be in a form that'll be given to you. You'll log in, you'll put the password, and then you'll go directly to where I went to whenever I clicked on it myself, because I am logged in right now. So I hope that's not too confusing on how to get to the World Book. Now, some of them, if you click on them and it doesn't take you to a World Book, that just means I've used a different site to use as our reading material for that lesson, for that unit at that moment. Right now, that is it for the website. Again, we're going to go ahead and have a Skyward and an Edmodo tutorial as well to kind of get you caught up on what those are and how to access those. Many of you know what Skyward is and have accessed it before, but all you students will be able to access Skyward very quickly, effectively, because a lot of our assignments are on there, and you'll be on Skyward almost every day, as well as be on Edmodo every day. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope this helped kind of navigate through the website and show you where things are at. Again, this is the home page, and I kind of put different things on the home page, just kind of make you think, make you just kind of remember this is where we're starting, this is what we're doing. So I hope you have a great year, and I hope this helps.